From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre says Canadians shouldn't be spending days debating whether or not they should drink U.S. bourbon. It comes after White House officials warned that the trade war could escalate if provincial liquor stores don't return U.S. alcohol to their shelves. Poilievre says the bigger question on the plate is whether Canada can renew the free trade pact with America and Mexico, and if Canada will make more concessions to the U.S. after dropping a tax on digital services.
After Mr. Carney squandered all of our leverage by making a whole series of upfront concessions and getting nothing in return while he dragged out the matter, we've seen the Americans double tariffs on steel and aluminum and triple them on lumber. So that is what happens when you squander leverage, as Mr. Carney has done. I don't think we should squander any more leverage.
Prime Minister Mark Carney suggested earlier today getting American booze back on store shelves in Canada could happen, but only if there's progress on getting U.S. tariffs removed against Canadian industries. Anita Anand is defending Ottawa's record on human rights amid growing criticism. She says economic policy, security, humanitarian goals are all closely linked, not competing priorities. Anand points to efforts to reopen key shipping routes as both economic and global food security issues grow. She warns that trade disruptions are affecting fertilizer and food supply chains worldwide. Some critics argue Canada is drifting back toward a more market-driven aid approach. Alberta's government is officially tabling legislation that would see the province ditch a twice-a-year clock change and adopt a year-round daylight time. The topic has been hotly contested as debate for years, but Service Alberta Minister Dale Nolly says the time for talk is over. He thinks enough Albertans support the move and will get on board once they get used to it.
So I have to tell you, we're now done talking about it, and we're taking action. We've seen Saskatchewan do it. BC's done it. Northwest Territories has said they're looking at doing it. We'd be an outlier, and so we are moving forward with getting rid of ending time change, and we're going to align ourselves essentially with the exception of Manitoba, with the rest of Western Canada.
If the bill passes, Albertans wouldn't turn their clocks back an hour as scheduled on November 1st or ever again. A firefighter whose truck collided with an Air Canada jet heard controllers shout stop, but didn't realize the warning was for him, investigators are warning. The crash at LaGuardia Airport killed 2 pilots and injured dozens last month. The report says the truck had been cleared to cross the runway seconds before the plane landed. A safety system failed to alert controllers, partly because the truck lacked a location transponder. The collision at LaGuardia Airport in New York happened during a busy period as crews responded to another emergency on the airfield. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Ottawa Senators have defenseman Tyler Kleven back when they host the Carolina Hurricanes for Game 3 of their NHL first-round playoff series. Kleven missed the last 7 games of the regular season and the start of the playoffs after being hit in the face with a puck. The Hurricanes lead the best-of-7 series 2-0. The Toronto Raptors are hoping for a home court boost when they take on the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 3 of the NBA Eastern Conference quarterfinal. The Raptors are down 2-0 in the best-of-7 series after dropping the opening games in Cleveland. Game 4 is Sunday at Scotiabank Arena, and if necessary, the series will move back to Cleveland for Game 5 on Wednesday. Canada's Leylah Fernandez kicked off her Madrid Open campaign with a straight sets win over Julia Graber. The 23-year-old from Laval, Quebec defeated Graber 6-2, 6-3 to improve 3-0 all-time against the Austrian. Fernandez received a first-round bye and will now face Eva Jovic in the 3rd round. From the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.